com.
Hello, this is 6 Minutes English for...
Hello, this is 6-Minute English from BBC Learning English.
from BBC Learning English. I'm Sam.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Neil.
And I'm Neil.
Did you have a cup of coffee this morning,
Did you have a cup of coffee this morning, Neil?
Neil?
Oh yes, I can't
Oh yes, I can start
start the day without my
the day without my morning
morning cup of coffee,
cup of coffee.
or two, or three.
Or two, or three.
And what do you like about coffee so much?
And what do you like coffee so much?
Well, that lovely smell
Well, the lovely smell for one thing.
for one thing, and of course it wakes me up
And of course, it wakes me up
and gets me ready to face
and get me ready to
the world.
face the world.
Ah, you mean the
And you mean a caffeine hit the effects
caffeine hit. The effect of caffeine, which
of coffee, which is a
is a natural stimulant on your
natural stimulant on your
brain, making you feel
brain, making you feel
more awake.
more awake.
Do you think
You think maybe you're
addicted to coffee?
addicted to coffee?
It's not just me, Sam.
It must just me, Sam.
Have you seen how
Have you
busy coffee
Have you seen how busy coffee shops
are nowadays?
are nowadays?
Full of people enjoying
For people
delicious coffee
enjoying delicious coffee
from all around the world.
from all around the world.
Well, it wasn't always
Well, it was always
like that, Neil.
like the news.
The first coffee to reach Britain
The first always news to reach Britain in the
in the 17th century.
17th century took months
It took months to arrive by
to arrive by sea.
sea. It was made by
It was made
boiling raw coffee
by boiling raw the coffee
beans and apparently tasted
and the pie that tastes awful.
awful. In this program, we'll be
In this program, we'll be
looking into the
looking into the history
history of coffee in Britain
of coffee in Britain.
and as usual,
As usual,
we'll be learning some
we'll be learning some related vocabulary too.
related vocabulary too. But before that,
But before that, I
I have a question for
have a question for you.
you. The earliest coffee to
The coffee to
arrive in Britain
arrived in Britain
took its name from the
name from the party.
port in Yemen it
Yemen it was shipped from.
was shipped from. So,
So what was it called?
what was it called? Was it
What is
A, cappuccino,
A cappuccino,
B, mocha,
B mocha,
or C, latte?
or C latte?
A.
I'll say B,
Will say B mocha.
mocha.
Okay, I'll reveal the answer
Okay, I really the answer.
later in the program.
Later in the program.
Britain's love affair with coffee
Britain love coffee started with the
started with the opening of London's
opening of London
first coffee shop
in 1652.
in 1652. People loved the effect.
People loved the effect.
Coffee made them more
Coffee made them more talkative and brighter.
talkative and brighter. It kept them awake for
It kept them awake for longer,
longer, and the drink became
and the drink became
more and more popular.
more popular.
Within a decade,
Within a
over 80 new
decade, over 8 new
coffee shops had opened
coffee shops have opened
in the city of London
in the city of London alone.
By the 1800s, though,
By the 1800s, though,
tea had replaced
tea had replaced coffee as
coffee as the most fashionable
the most fashionable drink,
drink, partly because it was
partly because it was
drunk by
by Queen Victoria.
Victoria. Listen as
Listen as
Judith Hawley, an
chanted Howard, an expert on
expert on 18th century
18th century
literature, takes up the story with
take up the story with BBC
BBC Radio 4 program
Radio
In Our Time.
for program in our time.
It became more of a working class
It became more of the working class
drink. So there were coffee shacks
drink. So there were coffee
and carts, like the
sat and cars like these,
sort of little streetcar
shot of little street cars.
carts that you get still in London.
Cars, yes, you get still in London,
You get all over New York.
and you get all over New York.
That is a cheap, quick
It is a cheap, quick
drink to perk you up.
plug you up,
And the temperance
and emperor movement in
movement sponsored coffee
coffee tavern to try to warn
taverns to try to wean working men
working men of going to
off going to the pub for
a pub for lunch.
lunch. So it moved.
So it's moved.
It declined
It's declined seriously and has
never fully
never fully
recovered, even in the current
even in the current coffee boom.
In the 17th century,
In the 17th century,
there was a coffee boom,
it was the coffee boom,
an increase in its
an increase in its popularity.
popularity. One of the reasons was
One of the reasons
that coffee perks you
was the coffee perks you up, give you more
up, gives you more energy and makes
energy and makes
you more active.
you more active.
Drinking coffee was
Drinking coffee was also
also supported by
supposed by the social group
a social group called the
called the
Temperance Movement, who campaigned to make
campaign to make
alcohol illegal.
illegal.
They used coffee to
It was coffee to
wean men off alcohol.
wean the men of alcohol,
Make them gradually
make them gradually
stop using something
stop using something
they had become addicted
become more active.
to.
Coffee changed British society
Coffee changed British society
and continues to
and continues to do so today.
do so today. Here's Professor Judith
Here, Professor Judith
Hawley again, talking
talking to BBC Radio 4
to BBC Radio 4's In Our Time
in our time
about the situation
situation today.
today.
I think if we look at the way
I think if we look at the way
coffee consumption is going to
coffee consumption is going
today, it seems to me to set out
today, it seemed to me to set up
two quite
two quite radical
alternatives for the world. One
for the world.
is the world of corporate
One is the work of a corporate
coffee, the coffee chains
the coffee chains
existing on
existing on
a low wage
low wage economy.
So you have that
So you have a mass coffee market.
that kind of mass coffee market on the one hand.
On the hand,
On the other hand, you have these
you might is
micro lot estates,
estate
fair trade coffee,
fresh coffee